welcome to the Innermost Podcast, where we explore, acknowledge, set right, and show gratitude for our deepest, most private inward thoughts, emotions, and experiences. As always, you can write to the show anonymously and share your thoughts, experiences, and or a story that you would like for us to share on the podcast. I'm your host, K-Joy, and welcome to the Innermost. It is Monday morning. I almost said, like, what morning is it? It's Monday morning, and it's October the 21st, 2024. Yesterday, the Dodgers finally finished off the Mets to take the National League Championship, and the Dodgers are headed to the World Series. World Series versus the New York Yankees. So how exciting has this entire ride been? I mean, from start to finish, even like the beginning of the season when the Dodger organization was, bringing on new guys and setting those contracts. And it's just been an exciting season as a Los Angeles Dodgers fan, and growing in my knowledge and participating in the history and the growth of the Los Angeles Dodgers. My family used to, back in the 80s and 90s, always go out to the Dodger Stadium, and that's when Los Angeles looked a lot different back then. So we're originally from Los Angeles County, so we are very much involved in my household in those hometown teams, the SC, USC teams. I know there's like UCLA, etc. But it's funny growing up, though. My family, my immediate family, wasn't really into like college sports or sports in general. I actually came from a family that was very involved in the industry and music. And so we would actually, instead of sitting around watching sports teams, we would sit around and watch music awards. And I remember us sitting around and watch big concerts, Michael Jackson and all these different things. Music was huge in our household. And when I grew up and got married, I was the only one in my family to play organized sports. And so my husband played football, and so our family just became like a sports family. So, I mean, we watch it all: baseball, football, basketball. I'm trying to learn soccer. We just love sports in general. We'll watch tennis, just the whole psychology that comes with the arena of sports itself is just amazing to me. And my husband, he's a guy of numbers, so he loves stats and numbers, and he can remember history from way back when. He knows dates, of his favorite games back when Ken Griffey Jr. was playing, and it's pretty incredible. So I always enjoy hearing those stories, and we bond on that level. So we were super excited to watch that series and just keeping up within what we can with our busy schedules with the entire MLB season this year. And it's funny, yesterday we actually had not even a split screen, it was like the triple screen. YouTube TV has like these different settings you can select, and ours was on like the Dodgers versus Mets, and New York Liberty versus Minnesota Lynx, and New York Jets versus who did they play? The Steelers. And so we have all these different games going on at one time. And congratulations to WNBA New York Liberty ladies. So they did their thing. Minnesota put up a heck of a fight, though. That was a heck of a game. I didn't catch the whole series. I just saw most of yesterday's game, the championship. And honestly, I didn't even know it was a championship. It's just hard with like keeping up with the schedule of things and just keeping up with, all the different sports that's going on. We even love to watch hockey when we can. So, but it's always fun when you can catch a game or 3 at the same time. So that happened. Definitely will be continuously discussing that series. That's exciting. I have been struggling with just managing time and life and all the things that I like. Like, I like things to be neat and tidy, and my house is a mess. I like things to be organized, and my mind is just disorganized. I'm trying to learn how to balance so many different things. And due to that, I found that I have completely just dropped all discipline in the area of exercise and eating well. And I'm starting to feel it. And I've just been feeling like I am going to die. I've literally been feeling like I am going to die. I can tell that I'm so inflamed, with this lupus and fibromyalgia. I've been in a lot of pain. I've been feeling like the inflammation is through the roof. I haven't felt like that in so many years. I'm starting to have asthma again. I haven't had asthma in many years, but that can be due to the inflammation. I'm having like eczema and just so many different things. And last night, I was just like, you know what? Like, I can't continue like this and maintain life. Like, it has to start within. And that's sometimes hard when you're living in everything on the outside, like work, school, family, all those different things. You have to kind of like go. That's hard to manage self. But self has to be managed in order for you to do those things. And I literally feel like I'm going to die. And so last night, while eating KFC pieces of chicken, not just one, several pieces of KFC chicken, I'm just like, this is my last piece of chicken. Like, this is my last piece of meat. And I've been toying with the idea of going paleo for many years. I just have not had I won't even say time, the discipline to make the time to do it. And because of that, I have never done it. So last night I was just like, you know what? I'm going to finally go for it, because for me, it feels like life or death. Like, I feel like I'm going to die. Seriously. Like, I really feel like I'm going to die. I've been like really feeling, I can't even explain it. Like, girl, you about to leave here. That's how it feels. And my insides are like burning, and I'm telling you, like, the pain is just off the chart. And I started to look up paleo, something that I've been thinking about for many years, and you wouldn't believe. Vegan came up in comparison, and it specifically mentioned that it's good for lupus and inflammation. And I was just like, you know what? Why not? Why not try it? Why not go for it? Like, I need a lifestyle change anyway. Interestingly enough, our refrigerator went out last Monday, and we had to throw out, like, when we were asleep. We woke up and we had to throw out everything in the refrigerator. And I kept feeling like, as I was throwing stuff out, I kid you not, I kept feeling like this spiritual, like it was a spiritual thing. Like, I was feeling like, okay, this is a fresh start. Like, this isn't a bad thing. This is a means to a fresh start. Like, this is an opportunity to start fresh. And at that time, I didn't have a thought of going, paleo or vegan or anything like that. I'm just like, not really connecting the dots or trying to connect the dots, because I've just been on go. And finally, last night, I thought about that previous thought, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to take it as that. The glass is half full. This is a fresh start, and I'm going to go for it. And I have to continue to train my mind to know that this is the decision that I'm making, that I can't waver. I have to make that decision. We make so many decisions to do things, and it's hard for us to make those personal discipline decision. And I'm really working on my decision making I think that's where I'm at. I kept asking, I was like, Lord, what kind of season am I in? This is weird. What is it? And I think I finally got it right now, that I'm in the season of decision making. I've always been like, go with the flow. No, I am in the season of drawing the line and making decisions. And the decision that I have made is to go vegan. See, when I say that, like my mind, the receptors in my brain is like, are you sure? For how long? Can you do it? Is it realistic? Da-da-da. No, my decision right now is to go vegan. I have to stick to that. So I purchased this morning a wellness journal to keep me accountable. And I even reached out to a friend of mine who is an inspiration, kind of like a leader in the vegan community. And she's like, I'm so happy for you. Make sure you give yourself grace and kindness. I told her I'm just going to take it one day at a time and make one decision at a time. And what's so cool is I expressed it with my husband. He was like, you know what? I'm going with you. I'm going to do it with you. And one thing that I'm learning, like other approaches are like, I'm just going to cold turkey and it's tough and it's hard. The grace part is important for me. I'm always so hard on myself. And then you fall into like this rut and mentally the whole process stops. So I'm going to give myself grace. I'm going to approach myself with kindness, and I'm going to make one conscious decision at a time. That is my goal. And hopefully, as I make one conscious decision at a time, I will start to feel my body heal itself. And as my body heals, these decisions will become habits, and I will be encouraged by the way that I feel to continue to make these decisions. So that is my hope. That is my goal. Because I feel horrible right now. Like, really, I've been having headaches. So, with all that being said, we have an in-ground jacuzzi. And when we purchased our home, we knew we were purchasing our home as is. And there were some issues, like repairs that were needed for the pool. They had estimated that it was about $5,000 in repairs. And we was like, okay, no. We were quoted, and it's going to take us about over $20,000 to repair our spa. The gas line is not even hooked up. The heater is old and outdated and not hooked up. And they would have to break the concrete and all these things. So, because we are not prepared to make that financial move, we do not want that financial strain right now, but we do want the benefits of having a spa and having the experience. We purchased a above ground spa. And it's funny how we got to that point, because actually we were just like, I always go to OfferUp. I love OfferUp. I am like a Goodwill, hand-me-down, secondhand, like, stuff is not, you don't need to purchase something until it just absolutely doesn't work anymore. I believe in repairing things. I buy plants that are like on clearance and considered dead, because I'm like, nope, a little TLC and it's back to life. So I'm all about that. And I went to OfferUp and I found a couple of options, but when we went to see it, it just did not make sense, because it's like, we don't know the history of this. We might end up spending more money in repairs. My husband was just like, let's just go check out some new jacuzzis and see. So we went. And lo and behold, I guess this is a good time of year to purchase one above ground. And we end up getting a really good deal. I think it was like the original price was like $8,900 or $8,700 or something like that, and we end up getting a really good deal for like $5,600 or something. I don't know, $5,600 or something like that. So really good deal, super worth it. Because I didn't even know that there were so many health benefits attached to that. One being to help with inflammation. Isn't that interesting? Let's see if I can provide a list for you. It says benefits of hot tub: stress management, anxiety, migraines. I've been having a headache, increased circulation, stress, of course, muscle relaxation. Look at this. I didn't even see this when we purchased this. Fibromyalgia is on the list. Remove toxins, arthritis. I even started having bad arthritis. I was like, girl, what is going on? I started feeling my leg go out. Hydrotherapy, back pain, stronger immune system. Let me tell you, we've had it for 2 days. We got it on Friday, but it had to heat up. So we couldn't get in it until Saturday. And so I've been in it. We've used it for 2 days. And I told my husband this morning, I said, I can tell that I'm sleeping better. And the pain in my neck is starting to subside. And so I'm just really overwhelmed with joy, because sometimes you don't know what you need. But if you start to seek the direction in which, like, your mind and body, the Spirit of God is leading you to, then you'll end up in the space that you need to be to cause the best experience for yourself, healing for yourself, and not just for yourself, for your family. And it's been such a wonderful weekend. Our son's birthday was on Friday. We were super busy and exhausted. But he had a wonderful birthday. He had a pumpkin carving party, turned 10 years old. Super wonderful birthday. Neighbors came out to support. One of my coworkers came out. Kids had an amazing time. Our oldest son, friend came, and then they ended up inviting other friends, and a bunch of teenagers spent the night, and they were all waiting to get in a hot tub. It's just been a really, really great experience already. And so I'm grateful for that. So I said all that to say that the stars are like aligning, because now it's like, okay, I have this health plan as far as eating goes. I have this jacuzzi. I'm able to put these things in place. I've been paying for a gym pass for over 2 years and haven't used it. I don't know if I want to keep it. I think it'll be beneficial because it's more like they have spa options and things of that nature. So it can be a total wellness. I purchased a journal. And so now I just have to really balance and implement these things. What I'm learning also is, especially being in this doctorate program, I've been conditioned to always just go, and go hard, and everything successful has to be done in pain. And I'm starting to I don't even want to say condition, to rewire my thoughts and my way of thinking, that success or discipline or meeting goals does not have to equal pain and suffering and anxiety, etc. And it's funny because someone in my cohort, we were doing a group project, and she was in this complete panic while we were having this meeting, and the anxiety that she had, it started to persist. It was persistent, and it started to project. And I just was like, you know what? I spoke up because I'm starting to learn. I'm drawing that line, right? I'm starting to identify where I am. And I said, listen, I don't work in panic. And that felt so good. Her response was, well, everyone doesn't work the same. That's fine. She chose to keep her panic. I chose not to work in panic. And in the end, everything came together. Her panic was she wanted everyone to work at her pace in the way she worked. And guess what? It doesn't change anything but make you stressed out and angry, and your relationships with people are not the positive way they can be. And so I'm so grateful for drawing that line, because guess what? I said that to say that the decisions that I'm making, they feel so good, because I was able to get up, relax, spend time with my husband, have a wonderful evening, soaking in our jacuzzi. What is it? Hot tub, jacuzzi, spa? I don't know. What would you, I guess the correct term would be hot tub? I don't know. I think there's a difference between like above ground and in ground. But I was able to say, you know what? From this time to this time, I'm going to enjoy my night. I'm going to get rest because I'll sleep good and I'll wake up in the morning and I will tidy up my part because I had actually already finished most of my part. I just didn't say anything because that ain't everybody's business. My business, my business. So I just like to keep dialogue down because I don't like people to project their stress on me. And I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, went outside, sat by the fire, and I tidied up my part, and it ended up being more lengthy, and I felt good, and that line was drawn, and I submitted it and went to church to support, my parents, but also to feed my soul in that way. And I'm learning that I'm able to say, yeah, I'm not doing that right now. I'm going to do that at this time or this time. Not being forced emotionally, coerced into doing things that I don't feel comfortable with or that doesn't benefit me because I know it would take me to another level of stress. And when I tell you, it is a game changer for me. So I am so excited, so super excited to just bring all of these things together because I'm starting to see opportunity. Whereas I was thinking like, how in the world am I going to balance all this? How can I manage all this? But and prayerfully like, Lord, help me, show me. And these things are starting to come together. I feel so grateful that the Lord is showing me like, okay, you need this, you need that. And then I'm able to pull them together. So I'm hopefully able to stick with that. I'm still off work. I don't get my results back for another, looks like 10 days. Yeah. And I am going in today, though, to do our parent conferences, but I'm still off work. I'm using this time to get things in order at home and in my life so that hopefully when I return, everything can just work together. I'll have this part in place, and then I'll be able to even do my job even better because I will be together. So today is day 1 of being vegan, and I have to keep saying that, right? I have to keep saying it. And what's wrong with that? We're so critical. Like if someone chooses, I no longer drink alcohol. And then the person say, oh, well, so how long? And the person say 1 day. And then you discredit their effort. No, you made a decision. It's a great decision. When we come to Christ, all we have to do is make a decision first. Now, your choice is how you build on that, right? So I'm familiar with making decisions. You make a decision to go to work. You make a decision, I want this job. And each day you have to make a decision to show up. Life is about constant decisions, right? And so we have to be able to make those decisions for ourselves and with our health. And I haven't made decisions, when it comes to me. I've made decisions to criticize myself. I've made decisions to be hard on myself. I've made decisions to not love myself or not appreciate or acknowledge myself. I've made decisions to allow people to treat me in that way. I'm now making better decisions. And I'm happy about that. And it feels good. But in any news, I'm so excited that, I'm on this journey. I'm still waiting to see what's going on with this magic key and trying to figure out how would that work in my life. I woke up, what was it, last night I told my husband, okay, so if I had a magic key, I would completely go to Disneyland tomorrow or sometime this week. I'm trying to figure out how would it work in my life, and is it worth the purchase? And is it worth the purchase for all of us as a family, or should I just get the magic key for me and my husband, and then as we go as a family, I'll purchase a ticket for the boys. Maybe me and my husband might go out there on date night, and we might not actually, do Disneyland in the way we would if we had our kids with us. Maybe we just go to dinner. Maybe we'll just go, shopping. Maybe we'll just go to sit and look at the decor or the decorations and stuff, versus when we go as a family where it's more involved, right? And so how often would that be? Would it be worth it more to just purchase their tickets because we might go less as a group because it's more involvement. So I don't know. I'm still working through those thoughts and hoping to figure it out. And what else? What else is going on? Yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything that I want to talk about today. I think I mentioned that, or maybe not, but here's the thing. The Week Junior, I mentioned on one of the podcasts, I'm sure. The Week Junior is a really good like kids magazine that has real world updates, unbiased real world updates. They also had a summer reading list. It says the 50 books kids love most, where they surveyed like 250 kids across the country to see which books they love the most. It says summer reading, but I mean, I imagine it would be good for any time of the year. I think it's very cool to have a nice library for kids set up or encourage reading for them. I wish I could read more of what I want to read. I have, for the most part, all of my adult life been in a situation where I have to read what I have to read because I've just been in school forever. And it's funny though, because I expected in this doctorate program to feel like, oh my God, but I actually am enjoying this whole thing so far. And I feel more motivated than I ever felt before. I don't know if it's like this is the last one or I'm just interested. It's just a big difference. It's a complete big difference. And I'm very grateful. And I'm trying to hone into that gratefulness, that not to take for granted opportunities in the same way I feel like that about my job currently. I'm grateful because I was commuting an hour and a half, and I had a principal who saw something in me and was willing to give me an opportunity to have to work at home, to work close to home. And that, oh God, that is such a blessing. Like, my dad has worked out of town my entire life, and I've seen the toll that it just takes on his body and the exhaustion that comes from that. But to be able to go to work and to come home it is so big, and I appreciate it. And I need to give credit to my mentor too, because I almost didn't take the job because I was just wanted to be so loyal to the other school that I was at. And my mentor, who had been teaching over 30 years, she said, no. She said, you take that job and you stay close to home because you need to be with your family and be present in that. And this will help you to be present, to be there for your kids, to pick them up from school, to be at their games and all of the above. And I'm so grateful for that. Forever grateful for her saying those words to me and guiding me. I've had some pretty incredible people to pour into my life and to help me to make the decisions to get me where I am. And so now I need to learn how to upkeep that and keep learning how to make decisions. Anywho, I got a lot to do. I have to go. I got to run. I hope maybe something in this conversation has been beneficial to you in some way. Hopefully you feel encouraged by something that was said during today's podcast. I always enjoy, just having a moment to speak on this podcast and just to filter. So thank you so much for taking your valuable time to hang out with me to address some of the thoughts and opinions that most often only reside in the innermost. It's been a wonderful pleasure to host you. I look forward to receiving your stories and exchanging experiences in our community at the Innermost Podcast at Gmail or on Instagram at the Innermost Podcast. I hope you find enough motivation this Monday to carry you through the week. Take care and never abandon your innermost thoughts, opinions, and being. God bless.